Sunday lunch this week was beef stew with Yorkshire puddings and dumplings. So the first job is to get the beef into the slow cooker. I never fry it off before with flour and things like that. It's sat in stock for 4 hours, so I don't bother with that. I just get that put in. And then I'm going to put some onion in. So I've got this frozen diced onion, which I get from the supermarket. So just pop a bit of that in. So for now, I'm just going to use one stock cube and then just pour on boiling water and stir. Sometimes if I've got some red wine in, I'll put some red wine in as well. But if I didn't have any, so I couldn't use it. So let's start on the veggies now. And the first step is to start with the swede because this takes longer to cook. So Gary is preparing the swede for me, so he's getting it all trimmed off and getting it all cooked. I usually cook it for about 15 minutes in boiling salted water just to give it a kick start so that when it joins the carrots and the other vegetables it's had a little start in cooking and they're all the same. One's not harder than the other. And this is the stew pot, so I'm going to add some carrots to this. So that's my first job in the stew pot, is putting the carrots in there. The swede's already just cooking, it's getting a head start in cooking. So the carrots go in and I usually slice these. And then I'm going to add my potatoes. So at this stage I just put so many in, then I can always just top them up if I want to. But at this stage, I'm just adding some potatoes into the pan. Then I'm going to add another stock cube into this, into the potatoes and carrots. I'm then preparing the Yorkshire pudding mix. So first of all, I'm going to get some corn flour. I always make gluten-free Yorkshire puddings, so I use corn flour instead of plain flour. So for this, it makes 6 small Yorkshire puddings and I put in 70 grams of corn flour. Then add in 2 large eggs and salt and then 100 millilitres of milk. And give it a whisk. Whisk it with a whisk or with a fork, whatever you want to whisk it with, but whisk it all together. With gluten-free flour, it does settle, so when you get it out of the fridge, then just give it a stir. Make sure that it's all stirred in again. Back to the stew, I put an OXO cube in there, and I'm now just pouring in the pre-cooked swede. So that's going into the mix, and then I'm going to stir it all together. I'm putting in the meat from the slow cooker, so that's at about 4 hours in the slow cooker. I'm now stirring everything together to cook the potatoes and the carrots and the swede. I'm going to be adding dumplings very soon. This is the dumpling mix that we use. We use the beef suet, which is the Atora one. I used 100 grams of self-raising flour and 70 grams of Atora suet, and then salt, and then mixed it with water to make the dumplings. I put the mixture into 8 dumplings and rolled them into balls to put into the stew. Put them in, and they usually take about 20 to 25 minutes. These only took 20 minutes because they're small ones. But then I just added the lid onto the stew and let that cook away for about 20-25 minutes. So these tins have been in the oven for about half an hour, so the oil is hot, it's sizzling. The tins are really old, so that's why they look like that, but they are clean, they do go in the dishwasher. After they've been in the oven for 28 minutes, that's what they look like when they're cooked. So we're now time to dish up. So a couple of Yorkshire puddings that we have, and then add the stew. and then add the dumplings. So really lovely meal. Add more gravy if you want. It's just a delicious meal, this one. There you have it. Tuck in.